is increased CO2 will increase H+, which is, and hence you become more acidotic. Compensation through the kidney, the PCT, through what? The compensation of the PCT will in acidosis, trying to reabsorb as much as bicarbonate as you want, and DCT to enhance excretion of H+. Yeah?
Okay, brilliant.
And then you got acidosis, metabolic acidosis, which is due to failure to excrete.
All right, before you start, I think it's important to make a quick point that when it comes to respiratory acidosis and alkalosis, the only compensation you have available is metabolic. However, when it comes to metabolic acidosis or alkalosis, you've got the two types of compensations available. So you've got metabolic compensation as well as respiratory compensation.
Where
when it comes to metabolic acidosis or metabolic alkalosis, you can have compensation via metabolic acidosis or via the metabolic system and the respiratory system.
No.
It's more prominent in the respiratory system.
Yeah, the compensatory mechanism is the lungs here, because that's the only way that you can maintain that is the loss of trying to overcome that mechanism of that bicarbonate.
Let's just forget everything I just said. All right, cool.
Okay, metabolic acidosis is due to failure to excrete H+ or failure to absorb HCO3. Okay. We can divide metabolic acidosis through anion gap. Anion gap is the difference between cations and anions.
Okay.
Yeah?
So the main cations, sodium. Main anions, chloride and bicarbonate.
It's normally, the ranges?
Is 10 plus or minus 2, so 8 to 12.
8 to 12. So 8 to 12 is normally the range of the anion gap. We can divide metabolic acidosis into two: metabolic acidosis with normal anion gap and metabolic acidosis with raised anion gap. Okay. Now we'll go into metabolic acidosis with normal anion gap. We said that the causes are mainly due to directly the usage of H+ reabsorbed by mixing with bicarbonate ions. So hence there will be compensation by the chloride to try and maintain neutrality, so anion gap will stay normal. The causes are things like renal tubular acidosis, two types, which can be either to failure to excrete HCO3, not to reabsorb HCO3, or to failure to excrete H+ in the DCT. Yeah? Okay. Other causes are due to diarrhea, or loss of bicarbonate. Metabolic acidosis due to raised anion gap, due to other acids, which are such as ketone, sulfur, urea, and lactic acid. So metabolic acidosis such as raised anion gap are those acids that is not naturally produced by our body, so cannot be compensated by increased chloride anions because they are not binding with a bicarbonate. So you've got diabetic ketoacidosis, uremic acidosis in chronic renal failure, lactic acidosis, and alcohol.